Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam.
I'm Ma Nithya Sivananda, and this is Ma Swami
Nithyanandam.
visiting us here in Columbus, Ohio, Delaware, Ohio, actually, where our temple is located. And it's a pleasure having you here, Ma.
Thank you.
And I like to ask some questions to Ma Swami because I always thought it's interesting. She was born and raised. She was born in Ohio, and her parents moved to
Just
Texas,
10 minutes
right?
away.
Yeah, 10 minutes away from the temple.
Yeah.
And then parents moved to Texas, I think, right? After that. And then she met Swamiji, and she went to school here, and she has gone to college. She has been in the corporate world. And how did she decide to take sannyas? The kid who doesn't even know what sannyas is. And she has been a sannyasi for a while in the Nithyananda order. I really want to ask her some questions. What made her decide, and how is her life as a sannyasi? So please, give us some information so that our viewers also can make use of that.
Sure. The journey started with meeting Swamiji.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like you said, I didn't know what sannyas was. I didn't know what ashram was.
Mm-hmm.
Guru, I knew of what a guru was, but never had any longing for a guru in my life. I thought it was all maybe some terms my Purvasha mother used, and I respected her, so I would listen to the words, but never felt I was looking for these things. Actually, I was pretty typical American girl, like my culture.
Can I call you ABCD?
ABCD would be a perfect term to describe how I was.
Yeah.
Growing up here, that becomes your culture, right? Even though I have Indian roots and background,
Right.
I would identify more with being American. And then this culture, there's no concept of sannyas, or even people, you don't even hear about them becoming nuns. It's very rare phenomenon. So
they know about monkhood, they say, but they don't know what really,
Yeah. And in Hindu traditions, it's very different. It's like
yes.
So all of this I learned basically through Swamiji. Even though I was born a Hindu, so to speak, my family didn't do a lot of temple going or going to doing rituals. Very rarely we would participate. And unlike you, you grew up in that environment.
Yes. For me, it's different. Yeah.
I was opposite. I was afraid. I didn't know why we would have to go to the temple. Nothing made sense to me. I was actually fearful to go close to the deities. I didn't know what they were doing, what they were chanting. I almost wanted to run away going to the temple because my parents never, unknowingly, they didn't explain.
They don't know. I was one parent like that. So,
Yeah, and they themselves probably weren't taught properly. So I never, actually, the funniest thing, when I was probably 11 years old, my Purvasha mother was cooking in the kitchen, and we'd always chat and everything. So one day, I think I had learned some religion in school, and I went up to her and I said, "Mom, are we Hindu? Am I Hindu?" And she just looked at me and she was like, "Oh God," because she realized she failed. If I don't even know my own religion, right? So, but even though that was not good that I didn't know anything about Hinduism, because when I met Swamiji, I was pretty much empty with not any my own ideas about how Hinduism should be or whatnot. I'm learning
from the basics,
from the core, from the source, the basics, with the right context.
Which you are lucky,
Yes.
Some of us, if you form something and then to unlearn that, it takes a little bit longer. So you're the best part of it that you didn't know much.
Yes, exactly. So that's been. So after meeting Swamiji, then I learned about Sanyas, and even then I can say I didn't know for sure Sanyas was my path. It made sense to me. It felt like where I was going, it was the most natural step. But then I thought, well, Swamiji has to say. What if he thinks I'm not? It's not my time. I'm not qualified, or I should get married. Yeah. So more than deciding for sannyas, I decided that Swamiji knows what's best for me.
Yes, of course. Yeah, your
That
guru
was-
knows what is best for you.
Yeah. And then if he says, okay. If he says no, okay. So that was set the stage. And it's very, very... So I had the question during an inner awakening.
Yes.
We used to write down our questions on a note, and then we'd go for darshan, because you always forget your question when you go.
Right.
So you end up writing it down. So I wrote, Swamiji, what is my path? I didn't directly ask. The question was, is it
Inside
sannyas?
you.
But
Yeah.
I said, what is my path? Because I was like, I have to leave all options open. I don't want to expect something and be disappointed, which is also a pattern.
Yeah.
So then he read the question. He's like, are you married? And he already knows I'm not married, but I think I needed to verbalize. And I said, no, Swamiji. And he said, then what?
Then what? What's the only path?
Why are you even asking? But it was really, it's such a natural journey for me.
Journey.
I think, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So after you took sannyas, what is the experience? Some of the experiences, like, I know we all expand. And what is your experience as sannyasi? How did you expand?
Yeah. So definitely expansion happened with the roles that I've been put in. They're typically, if I was to look at it from an outsider's perspective, most of these are male-dominated roles in the outside society. And these were things I would happily hand over to someone else and say, okay, they can do, I'll go do this. So these roles really, I didn't even think, once I said yes, like I didn't even think, can I do, can I not do? Only later I realized, oh my God, I'm doing things I would normally say no to. I would not think I'm smart enough, capable enough, bold enough, articulate enough to do these things. And I actually, it's not so much that I was even qualified then, but because I said yes, he gives you the skills,
Shakti behind it.
Exactly. So that
I understand.
Expansion happens just like organically and naturally once you say yes for sannyas.
This is so beautiful, Ma. You're one of the people I really admire. Yes, such a young person. I have worked with you closely in several occasions, and it really, the way you, how mature you are, how you handle things. I have a lot of respect as a sannyasi of Nithyananda order for you.
Thank you.
And I really, yes, I know it is all Swamiji's molding, how he does, and I have seen how he works with the sannyasis. Also, such a beautiful thing, and it's nice to see young people believing in Hinduism and taking care of it and taking a big role in it, and especially educated people like you who are born in the Western world and raised here and served here and taking this big step and loving it. So for how many years you have been a sannyasi?
It's 2009.
Wow. So it's almost close to 10 years.
Yes,
so
yes.
I am so happy that you share this, and I want to do a couple of more series on this.
Okay.
How
Sure.
you as a sannyasi and different sharings.
Wonderful.
So I thank you, and thank you for watching. And for now, that's all for now from Ohio Aadheenam in this beautiful setting of the river, Ohio Olentangy River, and Nithyanandeshwara Hindu Temple, Ohio. Thank you. Bye.
Nithyanandam.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you.